I'm in red form, in a red state, such a red case on a red song. In a shared space with my shareholders, cause we share a bond. Spiritual healthcare, that's real self-care, you won't care for.
I got my Mets hat on to the back. Y'all already know where we going with the stats.
Any artist that's talking garbage and try to curse us, y'all follow a wave and do whatever's current. I follow his ways, I know my turn is coming.
Welcome to New York Giants Full Access. What's going on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, all platforms? Welcome to another episode of New York Giants Full Access with your boy Big Pat Sports Talk. And today's subject is another Colin Cowherd, or Cowherd as I like to call him. He is stating that he was wrong about Daniel Jones during the season, and Daniel Jones has been reported that he will get a contract upwards of $30 million per year, and he doesn't exactly know why, because Daniel Jones is not worth the money that people are reporting that he will get on the open market. So I'm going to let you hear from Mr. Cowherd himself, and then I'm going to jump in and chime in. You know how we do, so let's get it.
That I'm way wrong, because I don't see much of a market. I think the story is Dable and Saquon Barkley, but according...
That's what everybody wants to say against Daniel Jones, because for some reason in the media, Daniel Jones is not very liked. I believe the narrative around Daniel Jones is he has to suck, and it's been like that for 3 to 4 years, and it's been one of the top media aspects in the media for the past 2 to 3 years. Believe it or not, Daniel Jones is a hot topic for a whole lot of media people, and that's the thing that they say to detract from Daniel Jones. It was just Dabo and Saquon Barkley. But if you watch film and you really watch the game, you know Daniel Jones was a huge part of the Giants' success this year, winning a playoff game this year. So it is what it is.
To agents, and maybe agents are just driving it, there is a market for Daniel Jones. I don't get it. I'm apparently way off. I'm not seeing what somebody else is, but the agents report it's up to $30 million annually. Wow.
So, yeah, I mean, that's a little segment that he did on Daniel Jones, and he's saying, oh my God, Daniel Jones has a market of between $30 million and $40 million, and I don't see it. What are other people seeing? Blase. I question if you even look at the New York Giants and you just want to keep this narrative about Daniel Jones going because it's lucrative. Daniel Jones is a horrible quarterback, is a lucrative market right now, and that's what they're going to continue to do. They're going to continue to find ways to continue to bash Daniel Jones, to continue to slime his name, as they say it. I'm going to tell you a couple of things about these media guys. That's why I created this channel, man. These guys really don't know what they're really talking about most of the time. They get these anonymous sources and they say these things, but if you look at the New York Giants this year, there's no way that you can literally have a straight face and be really unbiased and really just speak from a truth and logic standpoint and say that Daniel Jones is not a good quarterback. The man does not have the receivers these other guys have. He doesn't have the offensive line most of these other guys have. Saquon Barkley just got healthy this season. He just got a good coach, and you see what happened. He won a playoff game just with Saquon Barkley and a good coach. He won a playoff game the first time he's really had that together. So for you to detract from Daniel Jones, is he worth $40 million a year? No, I don't believe so. But is he worth in between $28 to $35 million a year? I believe so, because that's the market for a quarterback. And he is not a bum quarterback. He's a quarterback that's progressed tremendously this year. You can bring up the stats if you want. Oh, he only threw 15 touchdowns. Well, he ran for 7 more. He had over 20 touchdowns and almost 4,000 yards with this supporting cast. So imagine if you had a supporting cast that when they go out on the field, you're like, those guys are pretty good. We're going to have to, scheme for these guys. These guys are coming out, and these guys are no bums. We have to worry about these guys. You're not worried about Isaiah Hodgins, Richie James, and Darius Slayton if you have a good defense. You hold the fort, get them, make sure Daniel Jones doesn't go crazy, make sure Saquon Barkley doesn't go crazy, and you're good. Not to mention that Daniel Jones had injury after injury after injury after injury at the receiver position and offensive line positions. This man went into the season. He didn't even go into the season with the number one target because Colin Johnson got hurt. So Colin Johnson gets hurt. Kadarius Toney is traded. Wan'Dale Robinson is hurt. Kenny Galladay is a shell of himself. Darius Slayton was the 6th receiver. Richie James, an unknown. Isaiah Hodgins came in week 9 of the season. Sterling Shepard gets hurt. Bellinger gets hurt. Lawrence Cager comes in and out the lineup. Tanner Hudson, Myrick, they were in and out the lineup and actually were cut. Verrett comes in. Who was that? Evan Neal gets hurt. Glowinski is not playing up to par. Nick Gates is coming off a major leg injury. Ben Bredesen gets hurt. Izzuto gets hurt. McKeithen gets hurt. Like, come on, man. This dude has some of the worst odds that you can have at the quarterback position for the past 4 years. But guess what? He's still there standing, and he got a playoff victory with this squad. So imagine with another year in the scheme, because remember, this was his very first year in this scheme. Imagine another year in the scheme and get some playmakers around him, and let's see what he does. But these guys will never admit that they're wrong and just say that they're wrong. They'll say, "Oh, well, I was wrong on this part, but I cannot see how Daniel Jones has a market." How can you not see what Daniel Jones has a market? You know how many quarterback-hungry teams are out there? Of course Daniel Jones should have a market. He's a playoff-winning quarterback. You may want to poo-poo what you want to do. Oh, you want to point to the Eagles games? Okay, cool. The Eagles are in the Super Bowl. You want to point to the Lions game? He put up over 300 yards in that game. You want to point to the Cowboys games? He was the only reason why we were even in those games. What happened when Saquon Barkley had his slump? Who picked up the slack? Was it Daniel Jones not leading us in rushing and passing during that time? Weren't there a couple of games where Daniel Jones had the only touchdown? You can't say the defense did everything. We were one of the bottom defenses when it comes to stopping the run and on third downs. So this man loses the time of possession battle for a lot of the games, has lackluster weapons. Like, what do you want from this guy? You want this guy to throw for over 4,000 yards with Richie James, Isaiah Hodgins, and Slayton? Guys that won't even start on most of the teams in the league? And he still got to the playoffs and still got a playoff victory this year. Hell yeah, that's worth $30 million, and I'll say it right here, right now. So, I'm not part of this media. I admit when I'm wrong. I said Daniel Jones would step up, and he would show out this year, and he would get us to the playoffs, and guess what? Old Big Pat Sports Talk was right, and he won us a playoff game. Check. And next year, we get some weapons around him, and we have one of the better offenses in the league and the top half of offenses in the league. Checkmate. So I can't wait till next year when we put some things around Daniel Jones and let's see what we do. But thank you guys for watching. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hey, subscribe to the Rumble channel in the description. Click that link. Gonna be uploading a lot of stuff to the Rumble channel as well. And the Patreon will be coming soon. So thank you guys for watching. Hit that like and subscribe button. And until the next episode of New York Giants Full Access, you know what it is, man. Peace. This is a Big Blue Crew production.